Right, I'm just going to rearrange this. Today we're going to do a polybag thing which I just picked up recently. So I went back to the Lego shop in Auckland and they had this one. This is the one that I wanted to get the first time I went to the Lego shop. Recently, not the very first time, but the recent time I went to the Lego shop, and they didn't have it, but they had it this time. So that was a true story. Just lost some pieces. So the interesting thing about the story is I went to the suburb, the town centre where the Lego shop is, which is referred to as Newmarket in the local terms, because that's its actual name. And I actually went there to go a bit further I had booked a ticket to go see a movie at the cinema, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everyone Everywhere, whatever it's called. I keep forgetting the actual correct thing. I think it must be called Everyone Everywhere. But I didn't actually leave early enough, so I ended up running too late to go watch the movie at the cinema that I wanted to go to. But and I wanted to go that cinema because it was $5, because it's $5 Wednesday. But I was too late, so I just ended up going to the cinema that was in Newmarket, where the Lego shop is, and paying considerably more than $5. I thought, well, I only lost $5 because I wasn't on time enough, and ended up seeing the film that I wanted to see, which was all really good. But I ran there, and then I went to I ran there, and because I was in the end early for the movie screening that they ended up going to see, I ran back across the town to the Lego shop and bought this and another polybag. So it worked out pretty well. And then I ran home, which is pretty good because it's 11 or so kilometres from my house to Newmarket. So it's not exactly the closest thing. And so that was a 22 or so, maybe a bit more running for the day, which was went pretty well. And I remembered to get some Powerade, to get some electrolyte stuff at the end of the day, because if I do a 2-hour run normally, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. I end up a little bit dehydrated sometimes, surprisingly, especially in summer, obviously, because it's very hot. Not like it seems to be in other countries at the moment. If Auckland got to the 30 to 40 degrees temperature in summer, it would be odd. But you never know the way things are going. So I got there. So it was a pretty good go of it all around. And I enjoyed the film. And it had the actor. I was like, hey, is that the guy who played Data in the Goonies? And it was. And I was like, that made me so happy, actually, because he was my favourite character in the Goonies, and I always wanted him to. I was a bit sad that he didn't really do that much else, other than, of course, Indiana Jones, and other things, I'm sure, but not that much else afterwards. And then he was there, and he was like my favourite part, I think. Waymond. We're missing a piece, I think. Am I missing a piece? I'm missing something here. There's just too many places that they could hide. It's falling apart. I think I built it wrong. I'm not paying any attention. Okay, so there we go. It feels like I've almost done, but this has actually got 3 carriages. So I thought this was really good value. Now we're going to talk about the real stuff, the Lego. Because if I got this right, they don't line up. Like, oh, there's a white piece. I'm not even paying attention. Gotta concentrate. That doesn't look right. Oh no, it does look right. Okay, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, I thought, because I've mentioned beforehand on this channel, like we've done a couple of little tiny trains recently, and you can't actually see the bottom of the instructions. So this bit goes there. if I thought things through, I would have. Well, that's the thing, right? You can't open the bag. I mean, that's the argument for having two bags, like a bag inside of the big bag, because then you can put the instructions down first and then open up the inside bag. But because I just open up the bag and throw it on the table, I suppose I could open the bag, take the instructions out, and then put them down, and then I wouldn't have to worry. But it doesn't matter too much. So anyway, that was page 1. But my point was to jump around a bit. Oh look, there's even more on the side. Is that I've done a couple of these, not counting ones you might get in a Christmas Advent calendar one, and I've commented about like there was it a polybag, or was it a creator set, a creator 3-in-1 type thing, but like one where you had instructions for the train engine as well as some cabooses, carriages, that's the word. No, I don't. So what have I did that one. Alright, now we're going to do this. And I thought that was quite clever, but I only ever got one of those sets, which one that was. But this one here has got all 3 things in one. You've got the whole 3. What I mean by that is it's got 3 different carriages. So you get to make an entire train from a tiny little polybag. This is so far, like, there's tons of pieces in this. This is really good value, I think. I mean, does Lego make any particular money off polybags? Are they really saving? Like, is the box really that expensive at the price? Because you compare this to what you get in other sets. Like, so this costs in New Zealand. This is $6 this set. And if you compare that with the cost of the normal smallest size, if I got an example box, like this size roughly box, but not a brand name one, then that would be about, depending on where you shop in Auckland, New Zealand, it would be $13 or $15 or so dollars, or $15 or $16. Kmart sells it cheaper in New Zealand if you want to buy those things. And it's like, well, this is like the same quality really mostly for half the price, less than half the price. So it's always a pretty good value. And now the extra carriages don't really have a lot of, most of the work for this thing has just been to make the engine. But we're almost done. I don't think I've ever seen this piece before. Or it looks like it's like a little candle piece, but I don't think it was a candle. Actually, it looks like a Battleships game peg. So that's an interesting little piece to make that thing. So that's a nice little stylings. And then we're just going to chuck some wheels on, just like that. This is definitely, you need the roller coaster gauge tracks to get this thing to work, but not the roller coaster pieces. They did make train tracks that are this wide, like they were used in like the mining sets and a couple of other things. I've got them somewhere. So you could actually run this on a train. Look at that, you've got to make the little carriages, and what an odd way of building this thing. So, okay, fine, we'll just make 2 of those. I guess this makes sense, actually, because you have to make 2 carriages. They're identical in their bases, which is basically just... doesn't actually matter which way around I do that. Right. And this... actually, I wish I had an organized Lego collection that I could just go, oh well, I have to go get those tracks out, and I know which box those are in. They're all like put away in the but I wouldn't be able to find them anytime soon, because I don't think I've had any recently. I think I may have had some roller coaster tracks at some point. Got to buy some roller coaster. I don't know if I'd buy that one, that the latest one where with the drop and it spins around in circles and it all looks really impressive. Because it's just so fast. That's what That's what I feel lets it down. It's just like, well, that was super fast. It just goes woof, down, roll, and then it looks really good, but it's like, I did see somebody had combined that with the previous roller coaster set and made a pretty cool thing. So I can imagine doing that. But that's a lot of money, and I don't think you can get the older roller coaster anymore. I did watch a video today about a roller coaster in China which has 10 inversions. I don't know if that's a record or not, but that was just what the video was about. So anyway, we've made this. I don't like roller coasters, so I wouldn't go on this. It wouldn't excite me enough to go on a 10 inversion roller coaster. To be honest, to go on a 1 inversion roller coaster is too much for me, because I'm just not a roller coaster person. Like, I have been on roller coasters. There's only one roller coaster I've been on, which is the only one in Auckland, which is not a very exciting roller coaster, I'm sure, by world standards, but it's it's enough for me. I don't want to do it anymore. So good on you if you want to do a longer one. And there we go, and there we go. I'm not an adrenaline junkie, I'm going to have to say that. Not at all. I'd much prefer to just go running as long as I can. Alright, so we've finished this. This feels funny. For some reason it feels funny that there's a space in the middle. But we can put all the spare parts in there. So in there you go. There should be a spare flower. There's the spare flower. It's sitting right there. So that can go in the thing. So I am... Oh gosh. Lost the flower. That was quick. I am still thinking about buying the latest passenger train. I have got a 10% off voucher, and today was actually buy one get one 50% off at the warehouse, which is like New Zealand's sort of like Walmart, I guess. But I didn't. It's only on for one day, so it's not on tomorrow. And I thought, well, I could get 2 of them and then sell one, but they don't have many in stock there. So I don't know. But anyway, that's the train. So it looks pretty good, and it moves around fine. It would be so cool to have. It actually moves around super. There's lots of fun. Choo choo. It is kind of Christmassy, a little bit Christmassy. It reminds me of the Christmas train, simply because it's got like a steam engine, and that's red. But it's quite good. I'm quite glad I got this. I feel like I could go buy a couple more of these. Like, you know, it's such good value. You could just have a bunch of them. But anyway, the other thing, I did pick up this for $3, as you can see there, which I already have, but I think I probably got 2 of them. This one doesn't have the monkey though, so it's just a second-hand one from the opportunity shop, from the charity store. But it did have all these pieces. So you get a fair few bananas, and you get the dice that's missing a few bits and pieces. So I thought that was pretty good value. Another good buy. It's a shame it doesn't have the... that's not a Lego piece. I didn't even realize that. That one's a fake piece. I can't even take it apart. And I have no idea at this moment. Well, anyway, my point... Oh, there it is. Hold on. Can I actually get this thing off? The last minute challenge. Can I get this piece off with a brick separator? The answer is I need to attach it to something else, which I can't do. But that's a Lego piece. Anyway, that was just something I wanted to show you. So this is, I can't remember playing this game. I think I have played it before. I can't remember how fun it is. It's probably a little bit like that monkey game where you hang the monkeys or something. I do remember it fell over really easily and was kind of tedious, but it comes with lots of cool leaf pieces. So if you ever see this, it's like the frog game, you know. It's like the frog game is just full of frogs, and this one's full of tree leaf pieces, which could come in handy. Though when you look at it like this, you're like, what kind of tree looks anything like this at all? Nothing. Why are these leaf pieces actually that useful? But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.